Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wing. I'm doing a daily psychic tarot reading, tuning into the day's energies, seeing what news we can use, what divine messages come through. So let's get started. I am tuning into a group energy, not one person's specific energies. If you would like a reading where I tune into your specific energies, there's a link in the description box below to schedule your own appointment. I do psychic readings, tarot readings, deprogramming, coaching, business, basically anything that I offer in that menu of services. I can offer in coaching as well to help you develop your own skill sets. So, all right, let's look at the energy in the past so we can get an idea of what foundation, what we're looking at here. 8 of Swords. Being caught up in a mental trap. Way of seeing that's not allowing you to see clearly, that has you tied up, has you feel like you might be reflecting someone else's energy. You might be mirroring someone. You might have empathic tendencies, as in you absorb. You're kind of a sponge or a mirror to those around you. So if that's the case, then it looks like someone who was in a mental trap. It's kind of like you mirrored that energy or absorbed it and also became in a mental trap with them. Or after being around people who are in that trap there's something about the length of time, an unwillingness to see the truth, circling round and round in your thoughts, with distracted energies, an unwillingness or inability to see the truth. It looks like from this vantage point, you wanted to manifest something, manifest your way out of this quicksand type of energy, manifest clarity, manifest the truth. It looks like you have had everything that you needed to bring that manifestation in. That you're wanting to come, it feels like you want to come out of this mental trap. You wanted to come out of this mental trap and find where you belong, find resources, some type of change in, I feel like where you started manifesting from in the past was a really dark place, really stuck in a mental trap, in a way of seeing things. You couldn't see clearly. And what's interesting, what I'm getting is I don't know what it is that I do want. I just know that I don't want this. So it's making it a little difficult for you to manifest. Wait, another 8 of Swords. This is the vice versa tarot deck. And so there are images on both sides. And so that gives me another cue, visual cue and energetic cue of what the meaning of this card is. And what I'm getting, since you got this point of view, so two different Eight of Swords imagery, and I'm getting that from this perspective that you manifested enough to realize you could see the trap. You could feel, you were started to be aware that I have a choice here. I'm not really trapped. The ropes are loose. I can easily get out of this mental trap. And it looks like you also got the idea of the energy that you're wanting is freedom. That bald eagle, that clarity, the ability to raise your vibration, to be high flying and be able to see the landscape clearly. So it looks like eventually you realize that that's what I'm wanting. I'm wanting freedom, a mental freedom, not to be stuck in kind of that matrix. I'm freeing myself. I'm liberating my thoughts. I'm becoming more conscious. I'm allowing myself. I'm giving myself permission to become more conscious, to not have to not see things or think about things the way that everyone else does necessarily. Giving myself freedom to see things from my point of view, my vantage point, and that's important, that I have my own point of view. That's what I'm channeling, what happened in the past. In present energy, we've got death in reverse. So if death and rebirth are stopped or halted, then there's this inability to end a cycle, to let go of what's no longer working and have a new beginning. So something isn't dying, something isn't leaving your experience. You know what's not leaving your experience? Ten of Cups. From this vantage point, it does, compared to this perspective, I feel like there's this cup here. This is in this deck. Is what the Ace of Cups looks like. And then here's these 10 cups down here. What I'm getting is a message of warm-hearted validation that even though you have not maybe completely released some type of mental trap, or something has not fully ended in your energy, you still have access to 10 of Cups, complete loving fulfillment. Maybe there's a picture of, once I am healed, then I'll be ready for love. And what I'm getting here is, you don't have to be completely void of issues, of difficulties, of traumas. You don't have to be perfect to allow complete soul fulfillment, emotional fulfillment, loving, caring. You have access, this is really beautiful. You have access in this current energy to the full Monty, the full emotional fulfillment, being loved and loving, being in loving connections, feeling belongingness, care. Wow, that's a beautiful message. I think why this is happening right now is you're really not just realizing, not just, I feel like you're starting to practice where you put your focus, like a discipline almost to an awareness. An awareness, that's better. I like that. An awareness of what you're thinking about, what you're talking about, what you're taking action on, as a way of deciding, of voting in a way. I'm voting for what I want to grow in this world, what I want to bring in and grow and amplify in this world. So whatever I focus my attention on, I give my energy to that to allow it to grow. So I'm not going to put my energy, my focus, my attention on anything or anyone who who's not someone or something that I want to experience. I let it go. I feel like that's key. Maybe you spent a lot of time focusing on things that you didn't like in your experience. Maybe you were a criticism machine, kind of caught in like, this isn't enough, and then I don't like it, and I don't like that, and I don't like that, and I don't like that, and they didn't do that, and that, like, caught and in that's the momentum of not enough. Things in my environment aren't right or aren't enough, instead of finding the appreciation for what is in your environment that you do enjoy. There's something there as well. Like realizing that if you want to find things that you enjoy and that you appreciate, then it starts with what you have, appreciating what you have. It might sound silly, but I'll start with the basics. I love how comfortable my bed is, how warm it is. I'm so grateful I've got a really comfortable pillow. It took me years to find, do I like a real hard foam pillow? Do I want a feather pillow? Do I want that memory foam? There's so many choices. And I went through these pillows and I finally found the one that's just right. Just right for me. And so I appreciate and love my pillow, love how warm my bed is when I wake up in the morning. I love the things that I have to drink. I'm so grateful for all the beverages that I have. I have food, I have shelter. I'm so grateful that I've got a space that I can call my own, that I feel safe and comfortable in. I'm so grateful for the companionship of my animals around me. I'm so grateful I have a body that takes care of itself with very little upkeep. It just knows how to heal. I don't even know. It's like this amazing body that rejuvenates and heals itself. Get a cut, it heals. Just amazing. So I can choose to be in that type of energy where the more I appreciate, then appreciation gets a momentum to it. So you can refine that appreciation. It took me a while. I had a lot of criticism energy in my space, and it's not once you achieve that level, then you're happy. I too realize when I'm starting to get back in that criticizing, not feeling so good, not feeling like I like my life or my world around me, then I realize I've been kind of nitpicking and focusing on what I don't want. And so that grew in my experience. So when I focus on what I do want, then I create a happier space for myself. Oh, interesting. So now we've got the death. We've got repeating cards in here. Let's see, for those of you who like Eight of Swords, repeat, death card, repeat. So those so far, and I don't have that many cards out. So so that's what we're talking about in present energy. It looks like it's a message about being stuck, not being able to end something, and remembering that there's what you want is still there. It's just not on a, you're not on the same vibration. You don't have to be perfect before you allow love in your life. The people who love you and are waiting for you and that belongingness, I feel like the more that you can accept all of who you are, the difficult aspects, the maybe unwanted aspects, and your wonderful light, the more you can accept all of who you are, then you attract to you people who can accept all of who you are. That they're not picking and choosing, like, I only want your positive energy. I don't want this, or I don't want this aspect of you. I can't allow you to be that part. So it looks like you're clearing away those type of connections where you were very limited as to how you were allowed to show up. All right. So as you go through this and learn how to focus on what you do want, you want things you can appreciate, things you really love about your life, then you end a cycle. Then you have this ending of that ending of not belonging is what I'm getting, of not feeling loved, of not feeling like you belong, of not, there's something about, also I'm getting now in this part of the reading, like a willingness to open up, willingness to put yourself out there, willingness to be seen in your entirety, so your soul tribe can find you. So people, willing to put yourself out there, even if you're meeting people, whether this is for romance, friendship, business connections, whatever this is. I feel like there's this invitation from the universe to put yourself out there. There are people that are wanting to love you, that you are wanting to love. And just because you run into someone and you're like, hey, we're fit here and here, but we're not a total fit. Cool. I'm enjoying this process of finding the right people. I don't think we're the right fit. Good luck on your journey. Like, I feel like you've got a different point of view to a lack of success. You're not taking it as like it's the end all. I feel like there's an enjoyment of finding, just seeing, discovering if the people you're meeting are a good fit or not. And it not being a bad thing, a horrible, deplorable thing, if that's not a good fit. Really, I feel like there's an opportunity to celebrate this new you. We're not a fit. I'm acknowledging it. Good luck moving forward. We're all moving towards finding our fit. Yeah, we're all moving towards finding that celebration, that victory. This isn't victory. This is stability, celebration. maybe twin flame type of someone who's really mirroring. So it feels like soul connections and moving towards the same light source, moving in the same direction. Having that same vibrancy and the way that you want to move towards that direction as well. There's, I mean, in this current energy, there's the 10 of Cups and the 4 of Wands, celebration, love, community, gathering. And what's beautiful is it's kind of like the cream of those beautiful 10 of Cups and 4 of Wands energy is rising to the surface, and the what's not useful is kind of separating. There's a separation here that's really important. All right. So in the center of your reading is the 9 of Pentacles. This is a very independent energy, self-sufficiency, having stability, abundance, having access to your resources. This definitely, that independent energy is, you've got a independent energy about you right now, whenever you're watching this reading. And, you know, honestly, it feels very, I feel like you're comfortable being by yourself. You're confident in what you're building. There's an ease and flow. There's a connection with spirit and earth, like a knowing of your right, that it isn't about it's just about being in that flow state of abundance of love, abundance of joy. Feel like you can be by yourself and you're okay. You don't want to be with someone just to be with someone. There's this, I will be with people and around people if they improve the energy. If they don't improve the energy of me being by myself, I'll have to think about that. There's a lot of freedom in being this independent, a lot of choice. You can really be discerning about who you allow and what you allow into your space, because you have a lot. And you have a lot to lose. So I feel like that's why you are also very discerning about who you allow into your space. This feels so powerful. Like, I'm very attracted to this energy. And I feel like that's what, when you're in this 9 of Pentacles energy, you're very attractive. You're not needy. You know how to take care of yourself. You know how to take care of others. Yeah, it just makes you very enticing. Wow. And again, this 10 of Pentacles keeps coming up in the readings. If you're a subscriber and you watch these daily tarot readings, I've been acknowledging, at least in the last week, how many times this 10 of Pentacles keeps showing up. It's like empire building, legacy. You're really wanting to build something lasting to give to the next generations to come. Maybe, okay, I'm tuning into another aspect of this, since this is in the higher self point of view. It looks like some of you have agreements in this lifetime to clear generational curses. So maybe some traumas, some patterns that are have been passed down generation after generation, that you're breaking those patterns. But you don't just have generational curses and difficulties and patterns. You have generational benefits, skills, energies that the people that came before you, your ancestors, developed and honed in. And it looks like just this is a reminder that you have skills, energies that are also passed down. Are you tuning in and tapping into those energies effectively? Boy, your abundance right now, it's very feminine, and it feels like money just comes into your experience. Like it just shows up, and you're like opening the mail and you're like, oh, here's another check. Oh, here's another check. It's like once you tap into that abundance energy and allow it to flow, it just, and you're not blocking it with lack beliefs, then it just starts multiplying in your experience. It feels like, what's the word? Exponential in nature. How it doesn't even make sense, but it's like finding, I think you found like an inner resource for abundance. And if you haven't, and you're like, I want one of those, then ask your guides, how can I find an inner well for abundance? So I'm resourceful, so resources find me. So I have all the things, the tools, the resources, the people, the energy, the money, the inspiration to create this empire, whatever it is that you're building that lasts for future generations. Wow, you guys have got some powerful mock-ups in this lifetime. I'm here for it. This is impressive. This feels like you're turning a very powerful corner. All right, your challenge is the Emperor. I'm getting that this is masculine energy. Divine masculine energy. And that's your challenge. Okay, at this time, what I'm tuning in, why divine masculine energy is a challenge. I feel like it seems like your feminine energy is more mature than your masculine energy, maybe more healed. So you are maybe a little bit more comfortable with being and allowing, but taking action and moving towards, there's some hiccups in your giddy up. It doesn't feel quite smooth. It feels like you're still working on some arrested developments in your masculine energy, how to move forward with things, with what energy and what intensity and focus, like how it looks like as you're clearing some traumas in your masculine energy, then you'll be able to, your masculine energy will be able to support your feminine energy more and more. And also you'll start, it looks like after you do some more healing on that divine masculine, clearing away more toxic masculine traits, maybe some father wounds or mother wounds if you're male. Masculine though, it's so once you start clearing and healing this and start supporting more your feminine energy internally, then externally it looks like more divine masculines embodying their divine masculine energy will start showing up in your experience. What's interesting is that first vibration, and then, so as above, so your energy shifts as above, so below here on earth, you can manifest the same. So first vibration, first there's this healing and balancing of masculine and feminine energies. This is, it's divine feminine energy feels like what the most of what we're looking at in the reading. There's this profound feminine, divine feminine healing, that aspect. And so it looks like next it's going to make your toxic masculinity really show up. If you can't see, if you're like, I don't know what these toxic traits are, who's showing up in their masculine that's driving you nuts? That's a great reflection. Like, oh, that. I don't like that. I don't like being bossed around. I don't want to be in competition. I don't want to bully. I want to be ashamed of my emotions, or feel like I'm not enough. I'm not doing it right. I don't want to feel like I don't want to feel that I'm not supported by feminine energy. I don't want to feel like I have to do something in order to earn feminine love and care. I want to be able to show up and be and know that I am deserving of love, feminine love and care. So there's something here, also a picture that the masculines might be letting go. I mean, masculine energy is about doing, about focusing, a direction, and a speed, a trajectory. But if that's what you're being valued for, what you can do, and not just who you are, I feel like that might be coming up, especially for embodied men who embody this masculine energy. I feel like if this is resonating, I hear you. And I'm even seeing in my own feminine energy where I've maybe taken advantage of masculine energy to do for me when my feminine energy can't do for myself, something like that, like a using of masculine energy. Whew. Yeah. Boy, there's a real invitation, a cry from masculines to be given the space to heal, to permission to be in that healing space, to be in process, to see and be able to see their toxic traits without being like persecuted. So being able to see their traits so they can transform them, not that is you. You are not your faults. You are not your toxicity. You are just in an expression of toxicity, like that. Do you know what I mean? The subtle differences. I feel like this is a profound time for allowing space for the divine masculine to heal. So, wow, I hope that's helpful. That's your reading. Take care. Bye.